Okay, I did a little test video creating this splice without audio, and I'm going to do one with audio just to sort of explain to you some things that are good to be aware of. Just cut this free. So keep in mind these are new lines, and splicing can be easier with new lines. Sometimes splicing can be easier with frayed lines. Okay, so I'm going to just kind of show you how to start it. The trick that I'm going to do on this one, I'm going to do on the blue one as well. The only difference is I'm going to loop it through this green one to create that splicing effect where they're wrapped around each other and then back in themselves, making them a good strong splice. I've never seen these splices ever come out. I do my best to explain this. I usually get this nice and slopping wet with my saliva. It just goes into the needle head a little easier. And as you can see, it doesn't, but that's okay. Okay, so generally, you want to have this pulled through the needle head about the length of the needle. You don't have to make the splice as deep as the needle length, but it's just how I've traditionally done it. Okay, so getting into the center of the thread and staying there is the biggest challenge. And I'll roll it around once I got the needle in there. Sometimes it'll come out, and you just want to back it out, try and push it back in. It helps to sometimes pull on the line. And bear in mind, most of the time the line's going to be attached to or underneath or caught in the pinch weld, which is the whole point of this, is that if you're in mid-cut, when it breaks, you want to just like continue your cut. So when it's caught in the pinch weld, it helps. You can pull, get some resistance. It's kind of nice. Okay, so I bring the needle in about the length, I'd say about 2 inches. And right before you get to the, what was I calling it, the head? I don't even know, the eye of the needle. And then at that point, push the point out. Okay. This is just a little loop that remains. Just stick your pinky in there, but don't lose the loop. This loose thread right here, that's going to be pulled out, so don't stress holding that. Just maintain that loop. Whatever technique works for you, go for it. I like to put my pinky in there and then pull that out. Okay? Set that aside for just a moment. Okay. About the length of the needle. You could go shorter. I mean, you could see how much. Well, you'll see in the end how much extra line is going to be out. It is not that big of a deal. Don't even stress about like reducing that, because you might find sometimes that it helps. Perfect example today. I'm using an old line. I'm using this blue one right now, and I've been using it for maybe a month, and I've done, I don't even know how many jobs. But it's got splice points, and it broke again today, but it was really tight underneath the pinch weld. And when I was trying to, get the other end of the line to splice the other end, the excess thread from the splicing was protruding outward, and I was able to just grab it and pull the line up. Otherwise, it was all really tight underneath the pinch weld. So anyway, so I got that blue one ready to go. I'm going to loop it through here. Okay, just like that. And just keep it at the base. And then start your internal entry again. So just to clarify, I know I sort of glanced over that real fast. And just like you did the green one, about the length of the needle coming out. And then you're just going to do this through the other loop that you created. Okay. It's usually smoother and goes a little easier if the line is straight. Sometimes you will find yourself constantly, constantly trying to get the line or the needle back in center. It happens. The more experience you develop, the not that big of a deal it'll be. It's just like when you first get into auto glass and something happens and you're all super pissed off, and it's just like that. You get used to it to where you don't get pissed off anymore and you just get it done. If you take a little extra time doing it, take a little extra time doing it. So anyway, so I got through. I don't have to worry about maintaining that loop because it's where it wants to be. You see what I'm saying? And then just pull that extra line out, okay? All you were going for was to have those two loops loop around each other. And I like to tighten this. Just hold on to that extra loop, and then you just pull the main, okay? And if the other end is loose, sometimes it just won't do it, so you gotta, keep some resistance from the other side, which just comes naturally, because it's usually stuck in a pinch weld or something like that. The line's already tight. Anyway, so that's it. I hope you saw everything I needed you to see. Essentially, you're just looping the thread back into itself, but not completely, leaving a little bit of a loop. And then you're going to do it to the other end, but you're going to create that loop through the other loop and then splice it back into itself. And no, I don't know the name of the knot. I'm going to find out. But it's a good knot. I've done an R&R, and this right here did not break the windshield, so I don't recommend it. I actually highly recommend that you do a fresh line, no splices, if you're doing an R&R, just so that you can feel confident, guaranteed that you're not going to break that glass as you're cutting. That's it right there.